Welcome back to the NormalcyAside Podcast. I am your host, Bodacious Bozo, or we are your host, Bodacious Bozo,
Wiredtincan.
and today we're going to be talking about the anime Summer Wars. So I guess let's just first start off with the ratings. What would you give it out of a 10?
Out of a 10. So I would give it, probably a number a little higher, only because from time to time, I've seen this movie before a while ago. And some parts of it just replay in my head for some reason, like for no reason at all.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's mostly just because I'm like, what the fuck was that movie that I watched? And I could never think of the name of it.
I feel that.
So it's been in my head for a while. So I'd give it like a 7.
Okay.
Or 6.5. And I feel like that's pretty generous.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. I'd give it a 6.5. That's interesting though that you have that little thing with that, how you remember certain bits of it. I know that there's an anime where I don't know what the anime is, but I know that there's a scene in an anime where this guy's just getting beat to shit. And he's just begging, saying, I'm sorry, right? But like as he's getting beat, he's saying that he's sorry, and like his voice starts getting muffled because like
He's
his
dying?
blood's like well, he's not dying, but like the blood is like keeping it from coming out like in its full volume. And I don't know what the name is because I thought at first it was Attack on Titan when Aaron's getting his ass beat by Levi. When they're like trying him or whatever.
Yeah, it's trial.
But it wasn't that. I'm not sure what it was. I just know that some dude was getting his ass beat. He fucked up. It might have been Sword Art Online, but I don't think anything like that happened in Sword Art Online.
I mean, I think at the end of the Alfheim, the first season, when that guy has Asuna in that birdcage and Kirito goes and it's like fucks his shit up.
That might have been
maybe. I don't really remember. I just remember his ass was gurgling. If it were me, you wouldn't have been on some blood, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I gotta say. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd give it a 6.5. That shit. You know what it reminded me of? This anime. Some of the scenes. I don't know if you ever watched it, but that Digimon movie where they were like fighting that virus Digimon, I think.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Yeah, dude, it was the Digimon movies are on another level, I'm telling you. They're so good. But yeah, I'd give it a 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5 seems pretty good. I mean, the movie came out in 2009, and you can't, I mean, let's be honest. The animation back then just...
trash.
Yeah, some of it hits different, right? I like the 90s anime, like, style. I really like that, but 2009...
That's what this shit felt like. It felt like it was an old movie when I was watching it. It felt like My Neighbor Totoro just budget My Neighbor Totoro based on the animation, not the story.
I can see that, yeah.
The story was kind of it was just like there's just so much random shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think a lot of it could have been left out, to be honest.
Yeah. It was like a lot of filler. Like, I just don't even know. But I guess let's get into it, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the story a bit. So it starts off. I don't even remember how it starts off. Oh, it starts off introducing the world of Oz.
Yeah.
So Oz is like this. It's like
an
alternate reality type thing, but virtual reality. It's basically the internet. Is a good way to put it. It's like the internet.
It's like
all encompassed into what.
It's like what I imagined Facebook games would be like if they had a VR game for it. You know, like strictly like all Facebook games.
I think maybe it's what they want the metaverse to be in the future, right? Like this thing that basically controls everything. That's what they want. They're just not telling you, but they are now. Wake up. Anyways, yeah. They introduce us to this thing called Oz. It's like It's just virtual reality where you have your little avatar and you
It's
can,
like, I guess if we are still talking like relating to sword art or some shit, it'd be like the cardinal, the seed that gives everybody like whatever type of shit they want to do. Or Ready
yeah,
Player One.
it's like that, but it's more, I think, based in reality in a way because they got like the stock market, they
Yeah,
got
it's linked
properties you
to
can buy,
everything.
they got cars and shit on there. So they're just like, and what's nice about that app, which I thought was really cool, is that it has live translation, like real time
I thought that was
translation.
pretty cool. That's what we
Yeah,
need
I
more of.
personally, I thought that was the coolest part about it. Was it live, like the real time translation? Everything else was shit that you can already do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can
I,
buy a house on the internet. You can buy a car on the internet. You can make avatars on the internet.
you could
We don't
buy
need that.
property on the internet. Hell,
Yeah,
you
that's
could
what I
even
meant.
buy
A
people on
house.
the internet. These
Yeah, for
Russian
real.
brides, like, come on.
And then they got real businesses attached to it and everything. And so they introduce us to that world, and then it cuts to this guy. His name is Kenji Koiso, which is such an interesting name, Kenji Koiso, and he's in this club room. I guess I thought this kid was a high schooler, but then they
I
were saying he was in college, so I was a bit confused.
No, she lied about that because they later when he's like on the TV, uh, they're like, yeah, I did some research about you, and you're just a high schooler. You're 17 or some shit like that.
But yeah, yeah. So they introduced us to this guy named Kenji Koiso. Him and his friend. What was his friend's name? It was just some random
He's
nobody, to be
just a
honest.
little nerd.
Little fucking nerd bitch.
Yeah,
His name was Sakuma Takashi.
suck
That's a
on my
nerd bitch
nuts.
name.
Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. So him and Sakuma are there fucking doing some nerd shit,
Yeah,
figuring out
working on
code for
Oz.
Oz. Yeah, because I guess they have jobs in there.
Kenji's also like a fucking. He's got a
Math
little bit of
genius.
tism the way he is with that math. Cause I could not.
Yeah,
I would not
it
be
was
able
actually really
to.
impressive.
Yeah.
Um, and so you see these two like working their job or whatever, and then Natsuki, Shinohara Natsuki rolls up and she's like, "Hey, I need a, I need one of y'all to help me out with something." Right? And low key, I felt like she wanted Kenji to be there, right? Because the other dude looks like a little cuck.
Oh, she
And
did. She
she's
wanted him.
she's like, I need y'all, one of y'all to come with me. And then Kenji was like, I'll go help you. Right?
And then
But then
his
Sakuma or
friend,
whatever the fuck.
yeah, he is like, "What you mean, bro? We gotta do this. You already got work." And he's like, "Never mind." And she goes, "I need
Right?
you to go away with me." He goes, "I'll go." Takashi a little
Nah, bruh.
fucking. He fake for that.
Honestly, I might swing on a dude for that. Cause like, bruh, I'm trying to hit it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Cause it's like that's the only reason. Like, bruh, I ain't trying to help you, bitch. You know what I mean? Like if I'm helping a girl, there's some, what is it, alternative um
Ulterior motive.
ulterior motives to it. It ain't just because I'm helping you. Like, no, bitch. I'm trying to hit. Simple as that. If you're ugly, I ain't helping you. You can help your damn self. Welcome to the real
If
world.
you're ugly, I hope you got a bag because I'm gonna need
Yeah.
it.
And yeah, so they do a rock, paper, scissors match, which they don't show. And Kenji wins. And so they take this train to Natsuki's hometown, right?
It was basically her
Hometown.
grandma's house.
Yeah, just to her grandma's house or whatever. And
Along
Kenji
the
and Natsuki
way,
get there. Or yeah,
yeah,
okay, go ahead.
along the way, they just kind of meet up with Natsuki's family, a bunch of her aunts.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They meet up with like her family, and then they're all just basically gossiping, doing old lady shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Fucking cheese man, and all that good stuff. Like, oh, Grandpa squandered the fortune, this and that.
Kenji's a little fucking bag boy.
What do you mean?
He's over there holding Natsuki's bags.
Yeah, bro. When I saw that, I was like, couldn't be me. Couldn't
Yeah,
be me. But
bro.
honestly, hey, he played the long game. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess I'd have been like, I'll hold these bags if you hold this.
I'll hold these bags if you hold my bag. If you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Anyways, back on track. Yeah, they get to Grandma's house, right? And so nuts. So and bro, when I was watching it, I was eating right, and so this lady comes to the door and she well greets Kenji and Natsuki, and Kenji is like, "Oh, happy 90th
Oh,
birthday
you're
or whatever,"
talking to
and I
Natsuki's
was just
mom.
like, bro, I was just like, rude as fuck is what I said out loud, right? Because I was like, dude, how are you gonna, bitch, don't look 90, right? And she's like, that's my mother. And
Her
I
ass
was
almost fainted when he said that. I don't know
for
if you saw
real,
that.
bro. The mouth was twitching and everything. She was pissed on me because that's what I do when I'm pissed. My shit starts twitching. She honestly though, all I could think was that was rude as hell.
Yeah, that shit wouldn't have come from me. I would have walked in
Yeah,
and
I
been
know,
like, "Nice to meet you," and then once me and Natsuki alone, I'd be like, "Is that her?" You know, like, cause if
right?
that's her, she'd be looking good for 90. Like,
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at most what I would have said was, "Damn, you're 90." I would have guessed 40 at most. You know what I mean? Like some shit, but
yeah,
not happy birthday. Like, damn, bitch.
happy
Like I guess I
birthday.
look 90.
Yeah, I would have been pissed.
But
I would
yeah,
have been
they
like, "Go
so
home, leave,
yeah,
yeah,
for
fuck out my
real.
house."
Who's this guy? Who invited you? But so they go and that little interaction happened, and then Natsuki tells Kenji she's like, hey, whatever happens, just go along with what my grandma says. And I'm over here when she said that, I'm like, okay, first off, this old lady's a bitch. We're gonna have a problem, right? Because ain't no old lady gonna be acting up around me. Cause me, bro, I'm more of I understand the whole respect your elders thing, but like I was raised differently, to where
If you
you
come
give
at me
respect when you get
sideways,
respect.
yeah,
Yeah,
if you coming at me
exactly.
sideways, don't be
What is it? The golden
surprised.
rule:
Yeah.
treat others how you want to be treated on some gang shit, bro.
But she
And
was
I was just
also,
waiting.
but her ass was so stuck in the past because she's like, we were fucking samurai. Like,
No, 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 that wasn't her. That wasn't her. That was the uncle.
yeah, but she's still like, where do you think the uncle learned it from? That shit gets passed down.
Probably the grandfather
And the
that
grandma, she
died.
seemed stern as fuck too. She seemed like she was
Stirred,
in,
bound.
she seemed
I don't
like
know.
she was in there. She's like, a war and shit like that. Like, girl, what? Traffic is just
I don't know.
jammed.
well, regardless. Anyways, yeah. So she's like, just go with whatever my grandma says. And so they go and they meet her or whatever. And Natsuki's like, yeah, this is my. Did she say fiance or boyfriend? I think she
Fiance,
said
because they're
fiance.
supposed to be getting like married, and she's telling all this description. He's a college student. He studied in America, and she's like, "Do you approve? This is the guy that I've been telling you about." And she's like, "You think you could take care of my Natsuki, huh?" Like, and he's like, "Yeah, just
I've been taking
lying."
care of her. What you mean? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I tell you what, the second they were outside after talking to her grandma, I'd have been
I'm
like,
grabbing some titty.
I'd be like, I'm your fiance, huh? Well, go do your fiance Lee, and we better go to the room. I'm
Duties.
about to smash some cheeks. Like,
Me.
if I'm your fiance, we really playing the part.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I'm really gonna immerse myself in this role. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a
Oh, me,
fucking,
that's what I was thinking
what do
too. I was
they,
like, I'd be clapping cheeks,
what do
bro.
they call it when you take an acting role too serious? Like, oh, I can't think of the name now.
Stockholm syndrome.
No, that's not what Stockholm syndrome is. Do you know what that is?
When you fall in love with your hostage, or you
Yeah,
start, what is it, giving them
you like start falling in
human
love.
thing?
Method
You're like,
acting.
oh,
I'm thinking of method acting.
are you sure that's what that is?
Yeah, it's whenever they like, what's his name did it? God, I can't remember his name. He was
The
playing an,
Joker,
I think so. He
Heath Ledger, the fool that killed himself,
Nope. Who played Morbius? The actor who played
oh,
Morbius was like, he
the
does
singer for
that.
30 Seconds to Mars.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he does that. And it's fucking. I would have been method acting right there. Like, shit, I'm your fiance. Shit, come here, baby.
Pulling that hair
Let
back,
me
you
get
know what I'm
some cheeks
saying?
in these hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh,
pop one out for me right now.
But yeah, so they kind of get into it. Not really into it, but he's just going along with it because whatever, right?
Right.
And so is this do they after that do they go to the dinner? Is that what happens?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, they go to the dinner.
So they go to this I guess pre-birthday dinner or whatever where Kenji I guess meets the entire family. And they're just kind of going over. And then this fucking loser, bro. I can't get over this guy.
You're talking about
It would
Shona?
have been on site. Yeah, bro.
Oh
It would.
yeah,
I don't give a fuck if he's a cop, dog. I don't care if I'm
bro.
a guest. Like you're not gonna be talking to me like that.
I don't even think his ass
On
was a
me.
cop. Because whenever,
Oh, for
cause
real,
at
right?
the end, she was like, "Aren't you gonna arrest him?" And he's like, "Well, actually," and he arrests him anyway. He'd probably
I
rent
don't
a
think he was a
cop.
cop, bro.
He'd probably
He's
rent
a
a
fake
cop
ass
if
bitch, is what
anything.
he is, bro.
Yeah, he'd probably
On
security.
me, fucking
Fucking
dude.
security.
I don't like that loser at all. He just gave
He was
off
so
fucking loser
annoying.
vibes.
He was so annoying, and he was like, "Oh, you can't be engaged to Natsuki. Natsuki's my girl. I knew I should have told her I loved her way back then." And
You
she,
know what I would have said to that shit? I would have been like, yeah, well, she was sucking on his dick last night. Or some crazy shit just to hurt his feelings.
I was like, you
You
already
know
know
what I'm
I was in
saying?
them cheeks. Like,
Yeah, because, bro, the way he was talking to my boy Kenji, nah. I wouldn't have let that slide if I was Kenji.
disrespectful.
Oh, me. You know what? Matter of fact, I would have been clapping Natsuki's cheeks in the room next to his. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyways, yeah, they get introduced. And so they start like, what is it? They start listing off the shit that he is, right? Like, oh, he came from like what is it? An old family. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? We all have old families, right?
Right.
So I don't even know what these people were so honestly, bro. These people were so fucking full of themselves.
They thought they
if you
were
really
them.
think about it, they thought they were the shit.
They
like actually,
thought they were like a higher tier of person.
like, bruh, ain't nothing a fucking 9mm can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know,
shit.
ain't none of these hands can't fix. Like, come on.
On me, bruh. Like these people were so what is the word pompous and full of themselves in the way they were talking to each other. Like, oh, you guys from the branch family never do shit. It's like, what the fuck kind of family structure do y'all have? Me personally, I don't like that shit. But then
Nah.
again, maybe it's because I don't know. My family, like all the, I guess we'll just call them the elders. They're all brothers, right? So they weren't really raised to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
But these people are just on some other shit. They're like so elitist and fucking. I don't know, bro. I didn't like it at all, to be honest. But yeah, so they get introduced. They're like, yeah, he's from an old family. He's studied in America. Which, by the way, like, don't get me wrong. I fuck with my country and I love it, and it's a shit best country in the world. But like the way they were painting America was like, oh my god. You know, first they were like gassing it up, like, yeah, I'm gonna go study abroad in America, this and that. And then they want to blame the US Army for this shit that was happening later on. Like, bitch, nah. If anything, it was your fault because y'all birthed the person that made that shit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And what Natsuki described about what's his name? Kenji, about him being in college and studying abroad. They figured that they like put two and two together and they're like, oh, that's her uncle she's describing. Like,
Yeah.
his ass did that. What's his name? Wabuski?
Wabisky?
Wabusi? Like, Wabusi was doing that. And they're like, oh yeah, like, didn't she love him? Like, that was her first crush? I was like, hell.
So when I was all right, so they're not introducing Kenji, but they're talking about Kenji and the shit that he quote unquote is so cool. Or like the reason he's so cool and the reason he's worthy of Natsuki, which fuck all that shit. Right? And they're listing all this shit off, and then they start eating, right? And they're like, so have y'all fucked yet? Right? The fucking uncle ass said on some gay shit. He just like me for real.
And his other uncle was like, what's wrong with that? Like, he's
adults.
he's a brother-in-law or some shit like that.
Right? Like, we already know he's hitting it.
Yeah.
And so, and then on top of that, bro, Natsuki fucking introduced Kenji to all the family members, and she was like, "Yeah, this is the son of the daughter-in-law of the uncle or whatever."
Bro,
Like,
I
dude,
could
the amount
not.
of shit
I
that
could
she said,
not.
I could not remember.
She
But like,
tripping.
she's tripping on me, and I don't think he said any of their names throughout the movie.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, like I think the only people's names that he said were like Shota and maybe the other little kid that he saw.
Kazuma.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, so they get introduced to the family and then they're all enjoying their time or whatever, and then Wabuske comes. Wabusi. And it's like he's like the black sheep of the family, right? Because I guess he's sold the grandma's
He's
mountain,
he
which is
sold the
crazy that she owned a
grandpa's
mountain.
mountain, took the
He
money,
sold,
and then went to America.
which honestly can't blame him.
Yeah, honestly,
Like with the way they were talking,
if I had a fucking mountain too in my family, I'd sell that shit and take the money and leave. Like,
on me. And anyways, like I said, the way they were treating his ass, like everybody was like looking down on him. Like, oh, he's the what is it? Not the unofficial heir or whatever, but just some bullshit,
he's a
right? They're essentially
bastard.
calling him a
He's a
bastard.
bastard.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
is.
So Biscay rolls up, and Natsuki's like, "Oh, uncle, whatever," and like when she ran up and hugged him, and out, dude, instantly I was,
Is
she
that
wants
when
to
you?
fuck him.
Is that when you messaged
That's when I
me?
messaged you. That's when I messaged you, and I was like, dude, she wants to fuck her uncle so bad.
I was
And then,
in my head. I was thinking, what are you watching? Like, we're supposed to be watching the movie, like
right,
Summer
right.
Wars, not some like uncle fucker.
Well, yeah, but like, dude, when I saw that, I was like, she's trying to fuck the uncle, right? Like, cause that's the vibe I was getting. And so, what was it? It's the old lady, right? Because obviously he's not welcome. They all just start yelling at him, like, "What are you doing here? This and that." And the grandma's like, "Have you ate yet? Or are you hungry?" And he's like, "Nah." But then he sits down, he fucking downs a cup of beer like on some gang
He's
shit
like,
because
I'm
he knows he got
surprised you're
that money.
still alive. I'll try again in 10 years.
Uh, but what was it? So after that, you're gonna have to take over because I kind of forgot.
I don't
Trying to
remember what
remember.
they started talking shit about, but they just started talking shit to each other. Mostly to Wabisky, and the fucking grandma went and grabbed that like
No,
sword.
no, okay, that was after.
I don't. Yeah, he had that beer. I don't know what else happened after that. I just remember that his.
Oh, okay, I know, I remember now. So he had the beer, right, and then they kind of start cleaning up everything, and it kind of goes Natsuki's, bathing the kids and shit like that, and we kind of get some fan service, you know what I'm saying? And Kenji's on the phone talking to homeboy. He's like, "Yeah, dog, they got me here. I'm supposed to be acting as like Natsuki's husband,
Beyonce, yeah.
fiance." And then the homeboy is like, "Damn, you should try and hit." Is
Yeah,
essentially what
that's
he
what
said.
he said, yeah.
And he's Kenji's little bitch virgin ass was like, "Nah,
Kenji, who
honestly."
has never had a single girlfriend or anything woman related ever to happen to him, has to pretend
And
now to be someone's fiance.
honestly, bro, and he was on some cuck shit too. That's a future cuck right there. He's like, "Nah, I can't. Like my balls have been dropped." Like, "Nah,
Mm-hmm.
bitch, yes you can. Who the fuck's gonna stop you?"
Yeah,
Because I know damn well Natsuki ain't.
yeah, she ain't.
And if she tried, who gonna
Like,
stop you?
like,
You know what I'm saying?
like, why else do you think she chose you to go with her?
On me. She wanted you from the start.
Honestly, she wanted to
But
see what kind of motion you got, boys.
motion in the ocean type shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then they start playing okay, so it shows the bass scene and the phone scene, and then it doesn't like, right, this isn't we're skipping little bits of the movie, obviously, like just shit that doesn't really matter. And so they go and they start playing this card game. It skips to where they're playing this card game with Natsuki's uncle, Wabuske or whatever. And that's, I think, when I sent you the other messenger, I was like, "On God, she's seriously trying to fuck her uncle." Because, bro, like the vibes I was getting were just straight like,
Sexual. The tension.
yeah. Oh no, you know what it was? Okay, so after they started packing up the game, the way that she grabbed onto his arm, I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he definitely dicked her down already.
That's
Is
why.
what I thought.
That's why he's leaving.
That's why he's leaving, bro. That's why she went with him because they're gonna fuck. Oh me, they're gonna fuck. He probably, dude. See, because she's over here like, yeah, I'm gonna go to America and visit you, this and that. Like, bitch, we both know what the fuck you're trying to do. Like, you need to go to America to get this dick. But they're related, so like that's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they're barely related, you know.
She's her he's her uncle.
Yeah, half uncle. He's a bastard uncle.
He's her uncle.
You're from a different marriage. Like, he had because the grandma said that the grandpa had a mistress, and that's where Wabisuke came from.
Yeah, he's an illegitimate child, is what they call him. He's the grandfather's kid.
Yeah, which is
not in-law, blood. Yes, blood. Full. Half is still blood.
I'm just trying to make my man Wabisuke like not seem like a weird guy, you know.
I mean, there's no. If anybody's weird, it's Natsuki. Okay.
All right.
Natsuki's the one trying to get that dick. But like, anyways. I mean, if I was Wabisuke, you know what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to make him not seem like the bad guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so they cut the game because Wabisuke shit on Natsuki because they're playing what's that card game? Well, it's that weird card game where like you match the pictures with the. It's not like Go Fish, but it's some weird Japanese card game. I don't know. I what is it, Hanafuda or some bullshit like that?
I don't know.
Anyways, they're playing this game. I think it's Hanafuda or whatever. And yeah, Natsuki gets her shit pushed in by Wabisuke. And they end up just like calling it there. And so Kenji goes and he's trying to sleep and he gets this text message, right? Because he's sleeping by himself because he's a little bitch.
Yeah, I would have been like, I'm sleeping with you, baby. Like.
Yeah, on me, because I know that her uncle was sleeping with her. On me. And Kenji got this text message in the middle of the night, right? And it's just like figure out the code or whatever. And it's this long ass like line of numbers, and he figures it out. But later we find out that he actually didn't figure it out, that he got like the last letter of it wrong.
Yeah.
And he sends in like the coded message back to the text guy or the guy that sent the text. And like the next morning you just see like there's these two kids of the family, right? It's these two boys. They come running up to him. They're like, "Hey, wake up, wake up." And he's like, "What?" And they're like, "Just come with us," or whatever. And then they're like just fucking around, right? And then they see that something's going on the TV, right? And it shows a picture of Kenji on the TV with his eyes blacked out, right? Like the little black bar. And it's like this fool hacked into Oz because like Oz, I guess, had this quote unquote, what is it, unhackable security or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, "That's you, isn't it?" And Kenji's like, "No, it ain't." Right? Like, "They ain't got shit on me. That ain't me. All set," is what he said. And they're like, "Nah, bitch, I see you. Same hair, same chin, ugly ass face." And he's like, "That ain't me, I swear." And then like they start chasing after each other for the damn remote, and his bitch ass just disconnects it. And that's what I was thinking too. I was like, bro, instead of chasing these little ass kids, just disconnect the TV. Their dumbasses won't be able to figure out how to make that shit work again. Which is what he did. And I believe I'm a bit confused as to what happens after this. Let me see. So they do that, and this is kind of where things start going wrong, like all around the world, right? Because since Oz is so, what is it, intertwined with daily life, the accounts that are on Oz are also attached to different accounts outside of Oz. So what we were seeing was the traffic controllers. Since they had an account in Oz, for some weird reason, I guess they just had accounts. I guess their accounts to the traffic controlling site was also attached to Oz. So like the hacker that hacked into Oz started like taking all these accounts
Yeah.
and fucking shit up everywhere. Right? Like he made it to where people couldn't drive. There's a bunch of what is it, traffic jams.
He made it to where like fake fires were happening and water pressure was getting built up and pipes were bursting and shit like that.
Yeah, like what was it? And then there's like false emergencies being sent into like the EMT. Like people's like, what is that thing called? The little help, I've fallen and I can't
Life
get
alert.
up. The little life alerts were going off and shit. So like all the EMTs were rushing to the old people, and like all that shit's happening. All that shit kind of happened after, right after that whole thing happened on TV. But Kenji just tried playing it off, right? He's like, nah, that ain't me. And so they're just there, and throughout the day, it slowly starts like dawning on them what's happening. But then Shota's bitch ass rolls up, and he's like, "Hey, yo, is this you?" And he has this picture of Kenji, right? And it's like the exact same photo.
He's like, this shit was faxed to the police station this morning. Like, bruh. You're
no
lying, bro.
Me. He's a fucking hater.
Like,
he's an actual op.
I'd be like, how do you even know that's me?
Like we just met yesterday, dude. What are you talking about?
I'm like, come on.
He's like, is this you? You motherfucker, you hacked Oz. And then another lady rolled up and she's like, hold on. This ain't, what is it? All the shit that Natsuki said about this dude ain't even true.
Yeah.
His dad's a salaryman.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's wrong with that? Right? Because I was getting pissed again because I was like, these fucking elitist families living off of the fucking coattails of the generations before them are acting like they're doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, you're gonna say he's a salaryman, and then you're gonna give us cuts of one guy being a firefighter, the other guy being an EMT. Like, dude, your family ain't hot shit. Get over yourself.
Yeah, if anything,
right?
those guys are the poorest because
I
don't think
bro.
those people get paid that well there.
Fucking bitches, bro. And so for them to be talking like that pissed me off, dude. And then she's like, and his mom is whatever, right? I forgot what he said, what she said his mom was. And they live in an apartment or some bullshit, right? She's just shit on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit on his lifestyle. Like, don't be hating on my lifestyle. I done did a lot of shit just to live this here lifestyle. I don't know where that. All right. Anyways. You know what? It's fine. It's a hit or miss. That one, miss. But yeah, no. So she's over here hating on him. She's like, "Yeah, Natsuki lied about this little bitch." And I was like, "Damn, hold on, right?" And then she started roasting him basically. Because that was her roasting him on me. And so Kenji's just there like, yeah, you know, like what else can he say? Can't fucking lie. Like y'all caught me. Oh my god.
Yeah, he already been lying.
Right, and so they're like, they were like going to the grandma bitching, and then the grandma's like, I already approved of him.
Yup.
And what? You know? Like, what the fuck y'all gonna say? I had the money in this bitch. Not y'all, is what she should have said, but that's not what she said.
You know what the worst part is, too? I'll just wait.
Anyways.
I changed my mind midway. I'll just wait what I was gonna say.
And so they're like, oh, this shit's happening because of you, right? And Kenji's like, yes and no, right? He's like, I didn't do it, but like I did do it.
Yeah.
And so Shota cuffs his ass. He's like, come here, bitch. You're going to jail.
Yeah, dude.
Me personally, I wouldn't be letting nobody put cuffs.
I would have started hitting them.
Hitting on him. Cuff me, daddy.
How about you cuff me? How about I cuff you and we go to the restroom real quick?
Nah, but like I said, me personally, I ain't letting anybody put no cuffs on me.
Hell
they
no.
done kept my people in chains long enough. So,
Right.
so he's like, yeah, you coming to the fucking, what is it, jailhouse with me. And I was like, nah, bro, don't let him take you. Who knows where the fuck this crazy ass is gonna take you? He obviously don't like you because you're out here fucking the girl he has a crush on, which just so happens to be his cousin. Weird ass.
Second
I guess
cousin.
that's acceptable. Bitch. You a freak for real.
I remember that. I was like, oh, that ain't that bad.
Second cousin, dude. You know what a second cousin is, right?
It's like,
Come on.
uh,
Okay, I'll tell you because you're struggling. All right. So your mom has a brother, right?
uh-huh.
That uncle
Yup.
has a kid, right?
Yup.
Okay, those kids have a kid. That kid is your second cousin.
That ain't that bad.
Bruh.
I'm just trying to look out for Wabusky and Soda. Come on.
Bro, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Anyways, I forget these people are like on the whole keep it in the family shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of their bloodlines and all that bullshit.
Gotta keep
Fuck
it
them.
pure.
Yeah. Like as if they're the shit. Bitch. Anyways, I honestly wish that fucking rocket hit their fucking house on some Predator missile shit, Modern Warfare 2. But yeah, so Shota takes his ass into the well, he tries taking him to the station, right?
No
And like
traffic.
Natsuki, so he throws him in the car, right? And they're driving away, and like he turned around and he didn't see nobody, and I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Like Natsuki ain't even there to see him off. Like she ain't even trying to fight to save his ass. But then you see Natsuki hauling ass, like no, Kenji, right? And I was like, yeah, that's a good girl right there. You know, she's not really a ride or die, but at least she'll make the effort to chase after the car after
Yeah,
I've
she's
been
got
put
to
in
show
cuffs
you
and
that
shit.
she kind of whatever cares, you know.
Yeah, right. Not really, but like she ain't willing to go to jail with you, but like she'll make it seem like she is.
Yeah.
And so they're driving, and that's when everything kind of starts sinking in, right? Like all the effects of what just happened with the whole coding and hacking start to take effect, because that's when they start showing us, like I said, the whole, what is it, people's life alerts going off, the water pipes bursting, traffic being jammed. I think people couldn't talk to each other either, right? Over the internet.
Yeah.
I think it was just
Not really.
through cell phones, right? No, I don't even think through cell phones. Oh no, through cell phones they could. Could they?
Yeah.
Oh, and GPS. GPS wasn't working either. Right? Because they're like, it says that I'm here in Kyoto or whatever, but I was heading over to wherever
Yeah.
the fuck they are.
The hacker was messing with everything.
Yeah, which dude, okay, when I saw that, I was like, this is like reality. Like like if a hacker took control, that's basically what would happen. Everything would be fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so yeah, they what is it? What happened from there? They Oh, okay. So that's when the whole family is like making calls and shit. Right? They're like, "Where
Yeah.
are y'all? This and that. Like, when y'all gonna get here? Like, it's about to get litty. You know what I mean? Like, y'all better
We
not show
already
up
hit
late."
Party City. Come on. Like,
Yeah. We already made the jungle juice and shit. Like, it's about to be fucking crazy. We
yeah.
got the barbecue going and everything. The music is about to start getting turned up as well.
Bro.
And and that's when like they start telling them like, nah, shit's getting crazy out here, end of the world type shit, right? Because that's like actually end of the world type shit. It's not end of the world type shit, but that's like post-apocalyptic shit, right? That's like the start of like the post-apocalypse,
Yeah.
because it's like once the grid goes down, bro, and people can't get anywhere, they don't know where they are, can't talk to anybody, like
That's
shit's
it.
going to pop off. It don't matter who you are or where you are. Like, you're gonna be affected unless you live in like some African country. No offense to Africa, but
Or if
y'all
you're
would
already
fucking
off
thrive.
grid.
Yeah, exactly. African country. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I feel like Africa would thrive in that shit. Cause it's not like they use it anyways. You know what I mean?
Well, they won't be able to conquer.
Conquer, no, but thrive. Okay, maybe not thrive, but what is it?
They'd be
Survive.
alright. They'd be the
They
same.
probably yeah, exactly. If anything, they would probably do a lot better because there wouldn't be as much interference from like different countries.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming there's a lot of like interference from like a bunch of stronger, richer countries keeping them down. But like I said, I've always said this: if Africa were to just unite, like the continent, into one true Africa, bro, that shit would be a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah, still not stronger than us, though. That's crazy.
Yeah. We stay on top, baby.
And by us, I'm talking about you and I. Like, me and you.
I thought you meant the United States of motherfucking America.
The U.S. is like a close second, but we're still top dog.
Yeah. See, when you said us, I thought you meant US. Not like us as in me and you. But like, hey, either or works for me.
All right.
But yeah, so like that basically that's the start of what is it? It's almost like an EMP attack would have gone off. I feel like that's kind of what would happen if an EMP attack would go off, except the power isn't out. You know what I mean? Because if the power goes out, especially like over here in America, where in certain parts of this country it gets fucking hot, people are dying.
Oh, good.
Like it don't. Honestly, for real, huh? Because like I need houses to loot.
Yeah.
Like on me, like bro, there's a reason I got a blicky.
Well,
it ain't because I'm gonna be hanging out in my house.
If an EMP goes out, nothing's on. Nothing, like everything's off.
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah. So like you can't use your phones or nothing.
Yeah, bro. Okay, so for me I'd have to drive back to my house. But even then I would have to rely on maps. And even then, I don't know if my vehicle would work in an EMP.
It wouldn't.
Right. So like I would just have to make my way somewhere.
You'd have to huff it. Or find a horse somewhere.
You know how long that would take? Yeah. Maybe months. But maybe a month.
Vin Diesel said, family is the most important.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I'll probably try and get to you too. See like... but I nah, because I feel like your area would be real dangerous. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. God, I would not want to go to your area.
I don't even live in a bad area.
Bro, it don't matter, bro.
If anything, they have to watch out for me.
Oh, yeah, because you got a blicky too. What makes you think they don't got a blicky?
I wasn't talking about just a gun.
No, you see, and like, I think you should worry just because like your family's kind of spread out, right? But like my family, like that entire block that they live on, like everybody knows each other, right?
Right.
Like they're all people that have lived there for years now. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like essentially they run that shit.
Right.
Like we wish they would. And like on the corner, I'm pretty sure there's a fucking gang member. So like, honestly, we'd probably have to take them out first if they started acting up.
If anything, y'all are probably the safest with the gang member.
Right? They just start rolling up. Well, on some crazy shit, like from what I know, that corner house, so they were part of a gang, but then like some shit happened and some fucking cartel members dragged out like the father and like the mother and cut their heads off on the front lawn.
That's some gang shit.
That's some ghetto shit.
That's some shit we'd have to do to let other people know, like,
not to be coming around with. Yeah, honestly, like I get, wanting to be a good person in the post-apocalypse and all this shit, but like, they fucking take advantage of good people.
Nah, they kill good I'd be having heads on spikes.
Spikes. Yeah,
I'd be letting people know, like, you come in here, coming sideways at me. Your head's going in the front yard, like.
Oh, me, dude.
I'm gonna let your ass
take
be
over
known.
A place, though. See, and like that's the thing. You gotta be like a evil leader, but you gotta make sure you take care of your people at the same time.
Yeah,
you gotta be on some gang shit. Like it's as simple as that, bro. You gotta be
cutting heads off.
Oh, me. You gotta be taking care of the essays,
Yeah,
the fucking raza. Yeah, bro, you gotta look after the fucking barrio, what I'm saying?
You gotta find your hynnas, even in the post-apocalypse.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your highness, fool.
Yeah, but... you sound like some true Mexicans.
But, yeah, so, like, shit starts popping off. and they're like, "Fuck, it's getting real bad out here." And then they cuts to this scene, and it's the grandma. What's her name, Sakai or whatever,
Whatever, just
and
keep calling
she's
her grandma.
okay. It's the grandma, and she's watching it's the grandma and what is it, like the great granddaughter or whatever? What's her name? Her name's Kana. She's so cute, by the way. I don't know if you when she was watching the TV and they're talking about like, yeah, shit's popping off, and then the grandma's like, it seems like the enemy's in our territory or whatever,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what
the
I
little
was
girl's like,
saying.
enemy.
Oh yeah,
Bro, she's so cute. I was like, she only said like one word. I was like, oh god, I want a
it's
baby.
literally her first words. She said,
I know, right?
"Enemy."
Enemy.
Hey yo,
like, old lady, what are you talking about? Like, she just. My question is, why do they just have her there by herself, like chilling? Like, dude, I'm
hey
watching
she,
TV like that.
hey man, she do what she wants.
She look like a grown ass lady.
Not this patriarchy, like.
Oh
The
well, no,
fuck
that's a matriarchy. They're talking about how like they're normally centered around the women.
isn't?
A patriarchy is when it's the father, paternal
I was just talking about Japan as a whole.
as a whole.
Yeah,
Oh no, that family specifically. But yeah,
that
they
family, yeah,
honestly,
matriarchy.
I wonder if like it. I wish they had gone more into like the relationships between the grandmother and like the rest of her family, because I feel like the grandmother and and Kana, the little girl that was like enemy, probably would have been just been chilling watching TV together. Like potentially, I get the feeling that what's going on? Like that was their like relationship. I would like to believe that, and I'm making it official lore now. That's canon, by the way. And so, anyways,
All
bro,
right.
because it gives it a bit more depth, right?
Yeah, there wasn't a
Because
lot of like character, uh, like
building.
like you didn't see a lot of characters and like their bonds with each other. You just kind of seen them like as a group.
No, you know what I did notice though? Uh, okay, so you know how there's four little kids. There's the one that was watching TV named Kana. Then there's the older girl called Mao. Then there's the older boy called Shingo, and then there's the other boy called Yuhei. So those three older ones would run around and play together, but I never saw Kana playing with them. Like she was alone just watching TV.
Wasn't
I
she
never saw
still
the
sucking on the tit? Who was it? One of them
No.
had a baby.
No, that was
Baby.
an actual baby.
Uh,
But Kana, the one that was just chilling watching TV by herself, I never saw her playing with the other three kids. She was just by herself. God, so sad.
good for her.
Anyways, yeah, she's a leader. She's a
Yeah,
lone wolf. She knows
yeah.
the way. Yeah, the way she was watching that TV, she's definitely an old soul. Simple as that. She was watching that TV. She didn't understand what the fuck was going on. That's the funniest part about
Yeah, no, they never do, bruh.
her. It was just rotting her brain.
Yeah, just looking mindlessly.
Yeah. She was probably drinking some apple juice or some shit too,
Yeah.
huh? She's like, damn, the stocks dropped this morning from what I'm seeing.
Damn, you're
Oh.
telling me Nasdaq went down 5%? Like, that's crazy.
God, that's gonna hurt my 401k.
Oh man, I knew my mama should have invested in Facebook. Like Netflix popping
but
off right now. Like, come on.
what was it? Yeah, so the old lady, the grandmother, she's like, I gotta make some calls and handle shit. So she just starts calling shingles of people, right? And she's like, yeah, don't give up, this and that. Hey, I need a favor from you. Like she's just trying to help out with the
The,
situation, right? Like
my
how everything's
favorite my favorite part of the grandma calling people around was she calls somebody and she's like, "Okay, so I hit you one time."
that was like 50 years
she's like,
ago.
don't go around holding grudges.
Yeah, for real,
I was
huh?
like, bruh, that would have been me. If someone called me and they hit me, I'd be like, bitch, you hit me that one time. Fuck you.
But all right, so yeah, you see them calling, right? And then it goes to I don't know if this happened before all that or after, but then it goes to Kenji, right? He's in the car and they're like stuck in that traffic jam.
I think it
And
was like the same time.
yeah, okay, we'll go with that. And you just see what Busuke. and Natsuki roll up in
No, it
a
wasn't
motorcycle.
Wabusuke. It was that other guy. It was that dude that pulled up in the fucking that military Humvee.
Nah,
It was
a Busuke.
Richie. Wasn't it Richie?
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a Busuke.
Was it?
Oh, maybe it was Richie.
I think it was Richie because Richie got that like conspiracy theory like if he were to tell me something I'd be like I believe that. Like, yeah, that sounds like something that would happen.
All right, so Richie and Natsuki roll up and they're like, "Get on!" Right? Like this shit's going on for 60 kilometers. Which, by the way, 60 kilometers is a long. Yeah, that's far. Because kilometers is 1,000 meters.
37.28 miles.
That's fucking ridiculous. By the way,
that's a far.
How did you even fucking know that? By like actually
on news, I guess. I don't know.
It don't even it make sense. That's all.
Can't make sense out of none.
On me. So they end up driving back, and what happened? What happened?
They get back, and that's when Kenji talks to the grandma, and she's like, "Did you do it?" And he was like, "Hell no, I ain't do it." And she's like, "Damn, I knew you were a real one, keeping it 10 toes down, Kenji. I hope you'd be tearing up Natsuki's cheeks at night." And right there, I was like, "Damn, grandma's a real one, right? She's a real one for that."
Oh yeah, because she's like, "Hold on, let me talk to you, Kenji." Right?
Yeah.
And they start playing that Hanafuda bullshit, right? And that's when she's like, "Hey, let's make this game a bit more interesting. Let's put something on the line." And she's like, "All right, if I win, you have to take care of my granddaughter Natsuki." And then Kenji's like, "If I win, I get to take those cheeks." Is what I heard him say.
That's what I heard.
Sadly, Kenji didn't win.
I heard Grandma say, "You take care of her." That means taking care of them cheeks, because I already know, me personally.
I would take my cheeks too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she loses, and like me, I was kind of thinking, man, this feels like a death flag, right? Because it was like her final wish type shit, and so
yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like.
So they have another dinner, I believe, and I don't know. Oh, I think this is the second dinner, and Wabusuke is, they're all just there eating or whatever, and then I think Wabusuke is like, yeah. That shit that's happening, that was an AI that I built. Right? Like I built that shit so I could come back here and like prove myself to you. Because like I get it, right? Like I said, he was the black sheep of the family. He was like, they don't want me when I'm down, but they're gonna want me when I'm up type shit is what he was on. Right?
Yeah.
And he told him that he's like, yeah, I made this smart ass AI that like hacks shit. And, the U.S. Army was like, damn, we need our hands on that because, we got to fuck shit up.
Yeah, you know how we're doing it.
And I guess he said, I guess it was an experiment. Bitch, do you really think they're going to be sending out? First off, what kind of stupid ass experiment is that? Like, in what world would they send out a text to a bunch of people? You're going to tell me your AI couldn't figure that out, but people could? That don't make it make sense. You know what I mean? Like, in what world?
Let's be honest. Could you solve that text that he got? All them numbers?
No.
You gotta be, I'm telling you, bro, he must be some kind of autism, because I couldn't.
Yeah, he was, what is it? He could have been Japan's representative. Yeah. Could have been.
Math Olympics. If he wasn't so fucking stupid and missed that last letter.
Oh, me. Matter of fact, he didn't solve that shit. You forgot.
Yeah, he
Later
didn't.
on, they tell us he didn't solve shit. It was like 50 other people in the world solved it before he did.
It was just whoever replied first.
Oh,
that got their avatar hat stolen.
Who do you think replied first? I bet you it was a Chinese motherfucker, and they just pinned it on this poor ass Japanese dude.
For real,
oh, me, bro. Nah, you know what? I bet you. Here's what I was gonna say. Here's probably what happened. The U.S. Army figured it out, sent out those text messages, and then just blamed it on whoever the fuck solved it. Because that's what I would fucking do. Because I'm a menace. And guess who else is a menace? The U.S. military. That's why we're at the top, baby. Because we stay menacing.
If I was Babuski and I told him, like, yeah, you didn't solve it. It was one of your neighbors. Who's Japan's only neighbor? China. Like,
hey, you just see like the U.S. Army general just rubbing his hands in the back, like, yeah, it was China.
yeah, got a little China flag pin on him. Like,
we blamed it on China.
Yeah, we
stay
did.
blaming
We
China.
blamed China. This episode is gonna get blocked in China now.
Nah, if anything, it's gonna be fucking what is it promoted in China? Because we're over here critiquing that we stay blaming China.
Oh, I was just gonna say something else I got.
Jesus Christ!
That made sure this episode got blocked in China. All I gotta say is 1989.
Yeah.
It's gone. Sorry,
God.
sorry, Chinese viewers.
Yeah, you can't watch it now. But what was it? So no, okay, so they're having dinner, right? And he's like, yeah, I made this shit. U.S. Army bought it off me. And like, I just wanted to come back with all this fucking money. And he whipped out the contract, right? Like the sales contract. He's like, look, I ain't lying, bitch. Yeah. And then the grandma was like, you did this? And he's like, damn right I did it. What you mean? Or I didn't do it, right? But I made that shit. Which I was thinking, well, it ain't his fault. He made it, but he didn't release that shit, right? But
and
who knows? Maybe he knew what was gonna happen.
And it seemed like all he really wanted was like
acceptance.
His family's acceptance. Cause he was like, aren't you proud of me? Like I did something.
And then the worst part, the worst thing, right? Like she goes and she grabs the spear, right? And he did all this to prove himself to her. And she goes and she grabs the spear and she starts swinging it at him.
She tells him, she says, you die where you are right now. That was foreshadowing.
Honestly, she deserved to die after saying some shit like that. On me, bro. Like, bro, you're going to tell me that he's like, nah, dude. Like, how dare you, like, throw away everything that he did just because he sold it off to the U.S. Army and they quote unquote did something bad with it. Like, nah, it was China.
Well, I like how it came back full circle. Like, when her bitch ass died, she dies. Okay, we haven't got there.
Dies
I tried avoiding it, but I can't. She died, and whenever you're saying how she's had all this money, she'd be leaving for her like family or whatever. And that
jokes on them.
In that letter she gave, like, as her, if something were to happen to her, and she says, there ain't no fortune for y'all. Ah, hell no.
I bet y'all they were expecting the fortune from the way they were fucking acting.
I would have been. I'd be like, damn, here I was, pretend like grandma. Now you telling me I gotta go get up 9 to 5?
But, yeah, so she's like, you die right now or whatever. And he fucking takes off. He's like, fuck you, bitch. That's what I would have said.
That's what I would have said.
But he takes off. He's like, fuck this shit. Fuck this family. And fuck the land y'all standing on. I don't need y'all.
Fuck everybody.
Honestly, I would have, you know what? I would have been like, band for band right now. You know what I'm saying? That's a gang shit. I know I got more money than all of y'all.
Let me see your bank account.
Yeah. You don't want to talk shit? Show me your bank accounts. Let's compare. Band for band right now. No.
Y'all want to be tough? Sign the contract. Sign it.
There you go. But what is it? He takes off, and like, you know, the table's all fucked up.
He stole one of the cars.
He stole a car.
He stole one of their cars.
On some gang shit.
Now, me personally, if that was my car, I'm being like, hey, yo, police. Right. If y'all see him, he got a gun. Shoot his ass on sight.
He's armed and he's acting crazy.
He's armed and dangerous.
I'm pretty sure he's on drugs.
I think he
took PCP.
I think he's half Chinese. Get him.
What does that have to do with anything? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because in Japan.
Yeah.
They hate each other over there. It would have been even worse if it was like, oh, yeah, he's Korean. Because ain't it weird how none of them like... Yeah. So what is it? It's not that none of them like each other. It's that I feel like a majority of the Asian countries dislike Japan. Is
I,
what it is.
and I feel like they all like China #1, South Korea #1, Japan #1, but it's like, nah,
Bro.
baby, America's #1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know
Like,
what I'm
who the fuck
saying?
do y'all think you are?
Like in my
Bitch, y'all are
list,
around because we're here.
like in my list, I'm putting them definitely above like Europe, right?
Yeah,
But other than that, you ain't that high up on the. Honestly, it's probably like they're in my top 5 because
honestly,
I don't know that many countries that I fuck with.
top 3 for me are U, S, and A. You know what I'm saying?
When you said you, I thought you were actually talking about me, and I was like, oh man,
hey,
got me
top 3
kicking my feet
USA,
and shit.
blushing and shit.
Yeah, got me finger twirling my hair.
Oh.
Running out of breath.
I thought you were about to say some out of pocket shit for a second.
Fingering my ass.
But yeah, he steals a car, he gets the fuck out of there. I don't even know where he was at the end of it.
I think he was at the airport. That's what it kind of like looked like.
And they're like, we gotta figure this shit out, right? And so they all go to sleep because whatever. And
there's a dog. There's a dog. I don't have a dog in the pictures, but there's a dog, and it's cute, obviously.
He's alright.
I mean, it's a dog.
He's a Shiba Inu or whatever the fuck they're called.
You can't go wrong with the dog. That's man's best friend.
Anyways. Yeah. So who is it? Kenji, I think, was the one that got woken up by the dog, right?
Yeah, it was outside barking.
Fucking dog, shut up! You know,
yeah, me, I would have thrown my pillow at him. Shut the fuck up, bro! Like, leave me alone.
Oh, me.
Let the brother sleep, please.
Like, just because you don't got a bed don't mean I don't have one. Let her go to sleep. But yeah, the dog's out here barking and shit, being a little fucking pest. And Kenji wakes up, and then I guess. Who was it that told him that the grandma died? It was one of the random family members.
Well, he walked into the room. Yeah, one of the family members told him that
grandma died.
Yeah, grandma's ass got murked. Which the AI did it, because I don't know if you noticed, but earlier in that scene when like traffic and shit starts moving and grooving, the AI, he's looking at it from in the system, and he sees like it shows the little insignia, like the little crest that is in the AI, like he's looking at, was on her like kimono on the back. So it had the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it had the same crest. So I think he knew, like
he murked her ass, huh?
Yeah,
that's what you're thinking.
Because he was like, the doctor. He goes, "Oh yeah, I have like all her shit right here on my phone." And
it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine the day before.
Check the vitals.
It was fine the day before, but there was no drop.
The night.
Yeah,
it was fine at night. So like within, what was it? Like maybe an 8-hour period max. She died, which I guess it's a long time, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, how is he able to check her vitals then, but not later? So at some point in the middle of the night,
he was saying like the updates, like if it dropped
down or whatever,
didn't go, and they think it's because of the Oz, because of the AI.
So who knows if it targeted her, but
that's what it seemed like.
Definitely ended up killing her. But at the same time, he even said like it was over for her anyways.
Cause she was already
right.
She was fucking 90.
And she, like I said, she did that death flag shit where she was like, "Yeah, will you take care of her for me?" So it was just, I feel like she was gonna die regardless.
Right.
And so they're all just crying and shit. And then this dude's over here performing CPR, and he's like, "You could stop now." And then, of course, the women have to be over here fucking screaming, "Don't do it! Keep going!" Me personally, I would have stopped. If a doctor tells me, she's dead.
It was that guy. I think they had all the fire. I think there was a firefighter guy.
Firefighter, EMT as well.
Something like that. One of them.
Both of them.
The doctor was the one doing the CPR. The
I don't know.
doctor was like, "Stop," and he was like, "No, I'm not." He's the one who's like, "I'm not gonna stop." And then the doctor looked around. He goes, "All right, everybody here, time of death." I was like, "All
No,
right." He gets straight into it.
yeah, I wonder why they had to take down the time. That's a
Um,
bit.
well, they
I,
always do that.
yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why they brought that. They brought maybe it's just in case they suspect like foul play.
I think it's like that's when they
For record
tried.
keeping, maybe, but it don't even
It's
make
record
sense.
keeping, but uh,
It don't make sense. It don't make sense. I don't know why they do it,
this
but
says
says what? Tell me. Read faster.
it
God.
just says there's no single factor that will accurately. Not that.
What do you?
This says okay. It's just basically pronounced dead by like an actual doctor. Like a nurse can't go in to somebody's room and be like, "Oh, this person's dead." Like they need a doctor to do it because a doctor will do all these tests that a nurse won't do.
I don't know, man. He didn't really do many tests.
Yeah, but
That's all I'm saying.
we didn't see all that because he showed up at the end.
Well, regardless, yeah,
Her
he's
bitch
like
ass died.
time. Her bitch ass died, well deservingly, if I say so myself.
Yeah,
And
couldn't be more perfectly timed.
on me. And so all the family's like, well, what are we gonna do? This and that. And so, of course, because they gotta keep up appearances, they're like, we gotta change the color of the shit. We gotta
The
call everybody and start changing the
dumplings.
plans. I was just like, these fucking people, man. Like, cause me personally, if my family was gonna celebrate my birthday, they wouldn't just start changing shit because I died. First off, they probably ain't gonna celebrate the birthday. But if they do celebrate the birthday, I already know they're gonna fucking go hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
That's
ain't gonna
what
be
I'm
no fucking.
saying. Shit, even
They're
at my
finna be
funeral,
drinking
y'all better have another birthday. Like, come on.
on me. Like, y'all don't need to change shit. Just get litty for me. But yeah, they're like, we gotta change shit. We gotta handle all this and that. And then what was it? Um, the uncle, right?
Yeah,
The what is it? The great uncle or some shit like
the
that.
second boy.
He's like, we gotta get our revenge. This is fucking war. We gotta
Yeah,
get
and
retaliation on some gang
the
shit.
women just brush him off. I was thinking, ah, oh, hell no, that wouldn't float with my family. And then that's when Kenji's like, nah, I agree. And the women are like, you just brought yourself into family like matters. I was like,
Which
oh, first off, I didn't want to be included in y'all's family matters. Nascu brought me in here.
on me.
Come on.
Matter of fact, band for band right now. That's just my response to everything. Band for
Show me where
band.
you work. Show me where you work right now. Let me
Yeah.
see if it's better than my dad's salary job. Show me what you're doing. I'm working for Oz. What are you doing, huh?
Compare bank accounts right now, band for band. Who are you again? Nobody. By the way, the bitch that told him that, she was also fine as hell. Like, low key, I'd be smashing.
Yeah, there are some that are pretty bad.
Her name's Naomi. Naomi can get it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, how dare you interfere in family business? And I was just like, bitch, you've been a hater all this fucking time. Cause she just gave off Karen vibes, right?
Oh yeah.
And so by the way, earlier in the movie we meet this guy named Kazuma, and he's like on his laptop. I wasn't sure if he was a boy or a girl. I'm just gonna go ahead
I
and assume
wasn't
it's a boy.
either. At first, I was like, "Oh, they talked. It's a girl." And
Right?
then,
That's what I was thinking.
the uncle, the one who was like, "We need revenge and shit." He was like, "Yeah, you needed, like, you're gonna be the big brother to like this baby."
Right. Because his mom's pregnant.
I was like, "All right, so it's a boy. Just
Shit, his
sound
mom
like a
can get it too.
bitch." She was
But yeah, so so the ladies leave, right? Because bitches be bitches, you know what I mean? They're gonna go
And
gossip and be
now
like,
it's
yeah,
the
who the fuck does that guy think he is? You
yeah,
know what I'm
now they're
saying?
trying to go back and deal with like changing all the funeral plans, and the fucking men are like, nah, we need to get even. We need
On
to kill
me.
this
And they're like,
motherfucker.
as one of the guys spoke up, right? Because now that the bitches are gone, the man can finally talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Because you know how that shit goes. There's a reason why. I know how bad this is gonna sound, but there's a reason why the women hang out in the kitchen and the men hang out in the living room or outside. It's because we know we can't get along. It's as simple as that. Because a bitch always has to give her opinion, and sometimes men don't want opinions. We just want to shoot the shit. But yeah, so you're like, all right, relax.
hey, I wouldn't say nothing. I was just letting my brother speak.
Preach, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
But
just listening to gospel.
but what was it? Yeah, so the women leave, and then one of the fucking cucks decides to speak up. The little fucking bitch. He's like, I agree with you. If I was Kenji, I would have been like, bitch. Then why did you say that earlier, little fucking
Yeah.
bitch?
And
She took you nuts.
he was like, I was just, the men aren't seen as like important or whatever in their family.
It's
But
like, who's making the money?
yeah.
Who's making the money? Because I don't.
Hey,
All I'm
I'd have
seeing is a
been
bunch
like,
of fucking
I'd
housewives.
be like, who'd win in a 1v1? You or your wife? You or your
Yeah,
pregnant
for
wife? Like, come on.
That's a 1v2.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd still win.
Oh, me.
Shit, I know I'd be winning.
Body slam. Oh, frog splasher, bitch ass. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I agree. And so they all start coming up with plans and shit. They're like, okay, here's what we gotta do. And then Cosma is the guy's name, the fucking little tan bitch who we weren't, the little tan emo bitch. She's obviously like in middle school from the way he's acting.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Unc, you got a badass computer I can use because I know you work at a computer shop. He's like, shit, I might. We'll see what happens. He's like, I know I do, so I'm gonna bring it.
Bruh. Okay, he comes back. All right. And he's got one of those computers that look like one of those old ass pictures of a computer. You know how it takes up the entire fucking wall?
Bro, he came back with a fucking supercomputer. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shit
Like,
was fucking massive.
that's what I'm saying. That shit was so big. It reminded me of one of those old ass computers when there was took up the whole room.
Bro, I bet you that bitch, the amount of electricity that shit used cost so much, dude. Like, dude, that thing had to go like up into like at least $1,000 worth of electricity a month, at
And
least.
it was hot. This is what pissed me off. All right. Yeah. So they're like, oh, it's gonna get hot in there. So they put a bunch of buckets and they put a bunch of big ass ice bricks in there. And this motherfucker soda. It always comes down to soda.
Well, hold on. So they start collecting all the shit, right? And they get a big ass ship for the electricity because I guess it runs on water or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And then they get another, like, what is it? They get some other shit.
I don't know what. They get a Humvee that is,
but I don't know what it
military
was.
grade. It's basically, I guess he could listen to the military talking because that's what it seemed like.
Oh, there you go.
Like,
so he's a fucking spy, bro. Nah,
he's in the Navy. And when Kenji was like, "Oh, what do you do?" and he's like, "I can't tell you that." He's like, "I do this shit. You can't know what I do."
You know, I bet you that. Nah, bro. It was probably the U.S. military trying to target these people for some weird reason. Because the moment you start listening on our secrets, nah, bro, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because we got too much shit.
We gotta cut ties, and we don't leave no survivors.
No loose ends type shit around this shit. Fucking the military's on some gang shit, a mafia. But
we sound patriotic as fuck in this episode. I know that.
Nah, I mean, we're saying shit, but like realistically, it's not good shit that we're saying, right? But like at the same time, I ain't worried. Shit.
My top 3 favorite countries: USA.
That's like the most ignorant shit ever. But no, they get this Humvee, right? I like. Oh, I guess like you said, it was just for him to be doing
It was like
basically
reconnaissance.
intelligence. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
reconnaissance. And what is it? So like you're saying, they get the fucking ice blocks.
Yep. They're in the room. And fucking Shota's bitch ass. It's always Shota.
Shoulder.
He's taken the ice blocks. So we don't know this until like it's a little later. But he's been taking the ice blocks and putting them where the grandma is, where she died.
To keep her body cool.
Yeah, to like I guess preserve it.
Like,
until
bitch, she's already dead.
Yeah. Like,
there's a reason why they left her like that.
Like, who cares if it's hot outside? She ain't gonna be complaining. Like,
if anything, we're gonna be complaining about the fucking smell.
For real. And we're gonna be complaining when the fucking entire world goes down because some little dumbass decided to take our ice blocks.
Which, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Based off the heat that was coming off of that thing, those ice blocks weren't gonna do shit. Like, let's be real.
But they were, and then they're like, "Where the fuck these ice blocks at?" And the little kid's like, "Oh, Soda's been taking them." That motherfucker, man! I'd right then and there, I'd have been like, "We're trying to save the world." I'll start beat the shit out of him. Mob mentality.
Oh, me. Yeah, for real. Cause like, dude, so they went into Oz, right? Cause like we gotta fight this fucking virus, and so Cosma is like this really good martial artist in the game, and so he's not really fucking him up, but he gets fucked up. But that's when they came up with this plan. They're like, here's what we're gonna do: we're gonna trap him, right? And so they trap him successfully, right? And then they start flooding him with water, which I don't get how any of that worked, right? Like it was just like one of those things where you just go along with the plot. And they were getting there, and that's when the supercomputer starts overheating because Shota's dumbass is moving the ice. So yeah, the fucking virus thing breaks out. And like you just see it like morphs into this thing where it's like all the accounts, all the little avatars are put together, and it turns into like this giant fucking black beast.
Yeah.
And
all right.
Like
I gotta cut you off. I want to talk about Kazuma real quick. He is such a little bitch. All right, he gets beat up and he acts like his fucking life is over.
Yeah, for real, huh?
Like what? Like you got your ass kicked first off by an AI who's got hundreds of thousands of accounts that he's stolen.
Millions.
400
million
against your account. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen? If I go outside and I try to fight 400 people, you know who's gonna die? Me. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. And that's a lot. I understand being depressed about that because that's real life. But
hey,
it's a game.
This is a fucking video game. Yeah.
I don't know why nobody smacked the shit out of him. Put some sense in his head, cause holy,
bitch, get the fuck up.
There's a lot more of value right now than your fucking character getting his ass whooped.
Oh me, and so what was it? He gets his ass beat, but they lock him up, and the thing fucking breaks out because Shota's dumbass is over here putting ice blocks,
stealing the ice
around his grandma. And what is it? That's when a countdown starts, right? It shows.
Yeah, it's like
this
3 hours
countdown.
or some shit. 2 hours.
Oh yeah, it was like 2 hours 45 minutes or some weird number.
It was some shit like that. It was the world clock. He changed the world clock to that.
Which is crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Like imagine how fucked the world would be if the world clock just fucking went out of whack. Like for all we know, they've been changing the world clock this entire time, and it's been slow. It's been very slow, so we don't notice it, right? Mm-hmm. But like they've just been changing it.
At least it ain't going backwards, because if it starts going backwards, I might start digging underground to at least try and save myself.
Why?
Because some shit about to happen. I'm digging hella deep underground.
Oh, if it starts counting down?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I'll be damned.
Yeah,
I'll be
for
damned if that bitch started counting down.
real. I'm looking up at the sky to see if I'm anywhere near whatever that bitch is hitting. You know what I'm saying? Because I know damn well it ain't gonna be coming from the ground. It's coming from the fucking sky. I
Yeah.
hope, you know what? If anything, I
Well,
hope that I don't see whatever the fuck's coming.
well, it was
I hope it
like
just takes me out.
it was aimed at the power plants, at the nuclear power
Yeah.
plant. So it was gonna, fuck the world up
I don't
by
know if it was
by
gonna fuck the
nukes.
world up, but it was gonna fuck definitely a
At
good
least
portion of it.
Japan. It was
Because
gonna fuck Japan up.
I know, you know what? It might fuck the world up because I know that from the Fukushima plant, uh, even now to this day, there's like if you look at I don't know what side it is, but you can see like the radiation particles coming out from the fucking thing and going across the globe.
You're talking about
Like
Chernobyl,
no, Fukushima.
Fukushima.
Yeah, bro, Fukushima. They had a meltdown in Japan.
Oh,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
probably
I remember. You said meltdown. I know now. I remember
yeah,
that.
and like what is it? They wanted to dump all the fucking used fucking radiation barrels. What is it? Used what is the water that they used to cool down the plant? I believe they
Well,
wanted to dump all those barrels into the water, which I don't know if that water's
isn't it just
full of
water?
radiation.
Isn't it supposed to just
But
keep the
here's
like radiation shit
well,
at
here's
a
my
cool
thing.
temperature?
Here's my thing. Would you drink that water?
Can't be no worse than hose water.
You tell me, would you drink it though? Here's what I would. Here's what a bunch of people were saying too. They're like, it's safe, right? That's what the Japanese government was saying. So here's what a bunch of people were saying. Well, if it's safe, why don't you drink it? And they never drank it. So you tell me, if they ain't drinking it after saying it's safe, are you gonna drink it?
No,
No,
but
because you're not fucking stupid.
some people are, and
Yeah,
probably a lot of them
exactly.
because they listen to their government.
Well, I also saw some shit where like they were saying, oh, because I guess they grow food in Fukushima. They're like, yeah, the food's safe from Fukushima. Like, eat it, this and that, right? And like they had an idol, right? Like a Japanese idol go on live television and eat the food, right? Like I guess it was vegetables or whatever, bro. And like 3 months later, there's like pictures coming out of the dude taking chemo and shit, like all fucked up, dude.
Oh no!
Yeah, he died of
Oh
cancer.
no! Of course it was. The one thing that will prove it's radiation.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like they
But
can't
yeah,
even
no,
try to cover it up. Like, oh, he killed himself, but no, he had cancer. Like,
and like, dude, supposedly that's why like there's acid rain and all this shit is because they dumped those barrels into the fucking ocean, and like that's why you see like all these fucked up fish and shit too. But like I was saying, no, like from this Fukushima plant, there's like these plumes of like energy coming out of it still, and it's going into the atmosphere. And like you can see because they have, I don't know if it, I don't know what's measuring it, but like there's like a live
like a
measurement of
Geiger
it on
counter.
the internet.
This
Not
sounds
kind of
so
like a Geiger counter.
familiar. I'm sure I've
It's
heard of
kind,
this because it sounds so familiar when you're saying it.
it's kind of like a Geiger counter, but it's like weird particles, bro. Like it's all fucked, right? Like it's everywhere now. Like it we're fucked regardless of what we do just because of that.
Yeah,
So what you're saying, like with the whole it'll fuck up the world, like yeah, dude, it will fuck up the world. Like it already fucked up the world. They
I
already
already,
had something like that happen.
I
It's
already
called
forgot
Fukushima.
what you were talking about. I totally forgot we were still talking about the anime.
Anyways, yeah, so like you're saying, it targeted what is it, radiation plants
Yeah,
or radioactive plants. Which by the way, people say that those aren't good, but from what I've seen, those are actually like the safest and I think the cleanest kind of energy that you can produce.
solar.
No, those plants. I think it's been proven that the radiation plants are the
Really?
safest and most efficient and the cleanest that energy that you guys that we can make
Is
right now,
it? That
just
just
because of
doesn't
all the
seem
procedures.
right. That just
Yeah,
seems like too
seriously, seriously,
far
that's what. See,
fetched.
that's what they want you to believe, though. Ain't that crazy? What? Okay, so here's my thing. Nowadays, with the way that the world is going, do you
Uh,
believe what the masses are preaching nowadays? You get what I
I
mean? Like,
mean, I think. All right, solar is better, right? I'd rather have solar than be like,
But it's not as efficient. That's the thing.
is it? No?
It's not. It's
Isn't
not as
it?
efficient. Nope. Solar's good, but it's not as efficient as a nuclear plant.
I feel like solar would be good. Just
It's
because
not
it
as
gets the
efficient
power
though.
from the sun.
Yeah, the sun's only up half the day. A radiation plant is up 24/7, 365.
But the
Some
long
days you
run.
don't even see. Some days you don't even see the sun. like,
I don't see
yeah,
the
bro.
sun. We don't see the sun now. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah, bro. No, but I mean, like some days it's too cloudy for you to see the sun. Like, bro, that's just not reliable at all. But I think they said somewhere that I don't know how this might be me talking out my ass, but I think they said a nuclear power plant can run by itself for 100 years. I think that's what I read.
I,
Now you know
I
what
could
I
believe that.
that
I think I could believe it if they have enough water. Because it's the water that you need to keep it from like overheating and fucking up.
yeah, exactly. Oh, between 20 and 40 years, which honestly,
Shit,
that's not
I'll
bad.
be dead in 40 years. I'm fine with that.
And it says there's another article that says up to 80 years.
Maybe
So
it just
like,
depends on the
dude,
size.
yeah, I bet you it just depends on a lot of things. But hey, there's also one that was designed. There's one that they're designing, and that one can last up to 100 years. So like, dude, I'm telling you, nuclear. What is it? Is it fission or fusion? I'm not sure. I think it's
Fusion?
fusion.
Fission.
Like that's just the best way to go. But anyways, yeah, like you were saying, so
Yeah.
they were targeting the nuclear power plant, trying to fuck shit up. But then they switched it, right? Because like after they went back in and they fucked this dude up, they switched the where it was going. They switched where this satellite where the satellite was going because it was a satellite that they were talking about at the start of the movie. They're like, yeah,
Yeah, it's a
they're
satellite
the
that's got a
satellite.
fucking ballistic missile in it. Like, what the
Wait,
fuck?
yeah, what the fuck is up with that? Hold on, Japan. You want to tell us something? Like, why is there a ballistic missile in your fucking? Because it's not even like a missile, bro. It's just what was that thing from Call of Duty?
Like a
The
predator missile. No,
no no
it's
no
like a
no
hunter killer drone.
no. Well,
What are
that's
you
what it looked
talking
like. But I'm
about?
talking, those was the hammer of God or whatever? That it
Hammer
was
of
just those
what?
big ass lead pipes that they were just dropping onto planet Earth, and it'd be like a nuke. You know
What?
what I'm talking about?
No.
You remember?
AC-130s?
No, fool. Like I think it was in I believe it was maybe in Advanced Warfare that they had the satellites, and like it was the first campaign mission where like they dropped like what is it, like a lead filled just pipe onto like the planet, and it just fucking decimated like the entire city, dude. I, I think the U.S. military actually made that weapon, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if there's a game about it, we definitely got it. Like,
I'll tell you, I think it's called the what is it? Hammer of Thor or some shit like that.
Hammer of Thor, I don't remember that.
Maybe it wasn't the Hammer of Thor, but yeah, bro, it was like they would just drop it. Like, look, you take over from here. So we're talking about how like they targeted the house. Go ahead.
So they got the countdown, right? Because it was originally set for like 2 hours. And they were like, oh, we'll make a gamble, right? But we'll need
Wait, hold
some
on. It's called the Rods from God.
rods
Okay.
from God.
Yeah, and they would just drop these metal rods from space and target cities, and it would just decimate the city, dude.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now.
Like no nuclear fallout, nothing. It was just I think. Oh, it says here tungsten rods, rods from God, kinetic weapon, dude. It just used the power of like speed and weight. Like, ain't that insane?
Holy shit.
Like, dude, who came up with that? They're like, yeah, let's just drop something that's really fucking heavy from a really high place in space and see where that goes.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
damn, dude.
not only do we need to like drop it from as high as we can flying, but you know what would make it even better? If we just dropped it from outer space. Think about the damage it would cause. That's perfect. Well, let's spend $30 trillion on it.
Right. Bro, that shit would fucking kill. Because it's like, how are you supposed to stop something that's that heavy? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you could try and blow it up, but you're still gonna have all those heavy ass pieces coming. At that point, it's just a meteor shower.
For real. That might be even worse.
Yeah, for real, huh? Like, just what is it? Accept the loss and move on.
Just take the L.
Yeah, for real. It's gonna be a fat L too. But what are you saying? So you said, oh yeah, the competition, the Hanafuda competition.
Yeah, they're gambling. And she was like, "Let's gamble. I'll put my family up on the line," which honestly, kind of racist, right? Like, can't be doing that. And the AI was like, "Shit, say less. You only got 30 family members compared to my 400 million."
Yeah, for real.
I could lose a couple. Then she started winning.
And she got confident.
She got too confident. And she lost. And then that's when...
she lost.
Then she lost. Because it was like, is this koi koi? And the AI was like, hell no, bitch, that ain't koi koi. Her ass cheating over here. Like, fuck. Like, her ass trying to pull a quick one. And she had won. She had won, like, a lot, right?
Bro, she won, like 6 or 7 matches in a row.
Yeah, she had ended up, like, getting, like, 300,000 people.
I think she had 1 million.
She had a lot. She had a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then she got confident with that last koi koi, and the AI was like, hell no, that shit ain't right.
She's like, I made a mistake.
Yeah, and then that's when you see the one random user, and I was like, oh, that's going to be Wabuski, right? I was like, he's going to be that unsung hero. He's going to show up in his avatar like, you got me. And she's about to like do some like incest shit and like go hard. Yeah, she's about to go heavy and like go crazy and let him know like, I could be your girl. But it was just some random people. And next thing you know, her ass...
Of course it was a German. It had to be a German because of the Axis powers. Yeah, of course. I see what the fuck you're doing, Japan. I know what the fuck you're doing. Hitler's wet fucking dream, 90% Japanese in your fucking area. I know, bitch. I see you. Don't think I don't. I'm not a fool like the rest of these people.
People started joining and they're like, her eyes start getting watery. And I just like how it goes from it being like 3D, right? Like you're in this world to it showing on the phone and it's just pixels. Right? It looks like fucking just pixels. It looks like Dig Dug or something.
So confusing, huh?
I'm like, how does it, like, why are people using this? It doesn't look good. This looks terrible.
Yeah, it's not appealing to the eyes.
Like, I could get it maybe if you're on a computer, because then, like, the graphics are going to be better. But on your fucking flip phone? On your Motorola flip phone, bruh? Nah. And then these fools be playing on Nintendo DS's.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo
the old
DS's.
uncle playing on the DS.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. So, Natsuki, she gets all these people, and then there's these things, they're, what are they? The Guardians of Oz or some shit, and they're just 2 whales.
Oh, yeah, the 2 whales.
And they shoot their, like, juices, and they intertwine, and they get on Natsuki's feet and explode.
Should have been me.
Should have been me. And she like transforms into this like angel, right? It's basically an angel. And he's like, and Kenji's like, what's going on? And they're like, the gods are giving Natsuki a super rare item. And
that increases his luck.
Then it cuts to her looking at her phone, and it's a 2D fucking pixel. I could not Dude, that shit had me dying.
And the uncle was like, I don't know what's going on, but thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, Ray's just like me for real.
For
But,
real.
but
So,
somehow she pulled it back.
yeah, she won. She beat him.
And all that fucking hacker had left, the AI hacker, all he had left was 2 accounts. The GPS account and then like I guess his main
And
account.
Kenji's
right?
account.
And so oh, that was Kenji's account?
Yeah, because remember, he was like,
Damn.
yeah, he just stole the person's account to whoever replied first. And it was Kenji, because his ass was awake.
Which don't make sense.
You can't make
Right.
sense out of nothing.
I'm telling you, bro, they already had the password. They were just waiting for some fucking loser to reply. I'm telling you. They're like, we're going to fuck with these little fucking
That's the one thing that
bastards.
makes sense. Let's send it to the biggest versions in Japan. The Math Olympics.
You know they ain't fucking nobody.
You know they're up right now getting off to some math equations.
Yeah.
We are not the same.
They pinned that shit on him so good too.
Yeah, I like how they didn't even like really try with his face. It was just that black bar. I loved that part.
Yeah.
Because you could tell it was
They
him.
did him dirty. Yeah. They did him so dirty.
Like they
dude.
could have been like someone who's working with Oz security or some shit like that.
Nah, they said,
Debugging.
fuck that.
They said, nah, here's a picture of Kenji in high school with a black bar on his face. That
They
should be
stay
perfect.
exposing
And
him.
then Soda didn't help that he showed up and just pulled the fucking picture out and said, this is you. It got
What's
back
worse?
this morning.
What's worse is they didn't even try editing out the background or changing anything. So, like, if you looked at the original photo, you could just match it up perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, so all he has left is Kenji's account, which is where the virus or the hacker AI is.
Yeah.
And then what is it? The GPS account.
Wabisky this entire time has been trying to like stop the AI.
Right. And so he's like, while this is going on, right, Kenji's trying to get into his
The timer stopped.
What is it?
The timer has
The
stopped.
timer
at,
did
like,
not stop.
No, it did for a split second, and then the picture changed, and now this fucking drone is coming to the house that they're all in.
Yeah.
And
the AI is the best.
And
bro.
the timer starts again, and it's starting from like 13 minutes.
My question is, why is the AI doing all this? Like, realistically, what is it? What the hell did the planet do to the AI that is trying to just fuck everything up? It don't make sense.
They're trying to stop him. They're trying to stop my boy, the AI.
They didn't try. They did.
Yeah, they did.
So Kenji's trying to get into like his account, right? Or I don't know if it's a GPS account or his account. And like this thing keeps sending it passwords.
Oh,
right. That it's sending him math problems that he has to do.
He's trying
again.
to like stop the. I think it's like admin controls, like admin password, because he's trying to stop the missile or like.
He's trying to change course.
Yeah.
And so he's doing the math problems, right? He does the first one, no problem. Second one, no problem, because like the dude locks him out again. Third one, no problem again. And I think it was either the third or the fourth one where Wabusuke yells, he's like, hey, I lowered this guy's defense.
He's at 0 defense. Kazuma, do your thing. And I was saying, oh, so Kazuma's just gonna swing into Oz, right? And beat up this poor, defenseless AI. He can't defend himself. He's like, it's like punching a baby in a basket, you know?
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do for the gang, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he did. He
punched the fuck out of that AI. he punched the fuck out of that AI.
Shit, I would have too. I'd have been pissed. Like, you gonna kick my ass in front of everybody?
And on top of that, you could have sent a predator missile to my house where my pregnant mom is.
And
what is wrong with you?
where my dead grandma at? Like, she in the next room over. She on the other side of this big ass PC sweating.
Like, I am not in the mood for all this. I'm about to punch the fuck out of you. And so, like, he punches the fuck out of this AI. And Kenji being the fucking genius he is, he solves the last thing.
And it wasn't even
But
like
his
he didn't
nose
even write
starts
it
bleeding.
down. He didn't write
He
it down.
solved it in his head, and his nose started bleeding. I was like, bro, this fool's about to fucking die.
I was like, he's about to have
That's
an aneurysm.
And then he said the most cringe shit or whatever. He's like, "Thank you," and he fucking presses enter. I was like, "Bitch!" He. Here's what pissed me off. He waited until he finished saying what he had to say, and then pressed enter. Like, bitch, are you kidding me? Like,
He's
bro.
just like me for real. A missile's coming. All right, I know we got 2 minutes left, but here's my entire inner monologue. Right. Also, let me go take a piss before I stop this thing. Like, what?
And so they changed the course of the missile. And honestly, bro, I feel like they still should have died, because from the way that impact looked, that was fucked. It struck deep into the ground, it hit some fucking, like, what is it, hot spring area.
I was thinking, damn, you'd be safer on the boat. That boat, like, all it did was rock to one side and it was still fine.
Oh, me, bro, that house should have been taken apart.
Right.
Like, legitimately. Because if it blew over that fucking, it looked like a stone wall. If it blew that shit over, there's no way that fucking flimsy ass house was going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And so you just see the entire family like hop onto each other. Like, hold on,
like,
dude.
that's
like,
gonna do something.
Right? Like, my ass would have been huffing and puffing the other way, bro.
My ass would have been on the other side of the house. I would have been running with fucking Natsuke on my back just in case some shrapnel comes or something.
Throw over my shoulder and shit, huff and puff, on some man shit.
Yeah.
And
use one of the kids as a back shield.
Riot shield shit.
Yeah.
And you see the little kids get up first, right? Because obviously all these old heads are gonna struggle after that shit.
Yeah.
The little kids get up and they're like, "What the fuck?" Right?
We got a
and
natural
they just get up
hot
and
spring.
Right. And so like after that, I think I don't really know what happens. It just kind of, I don't know.
After that, it like cuts to the funeral and everyone's singing "Happy Birthday" to the grandma's fucking
dead body.
Yeah, basically, they
That's
got her
grim.
picture out there, and everyone else is dressed in black, crying. Being normal.
And these people are just kind of fucking it up.
And they're dancing. They're dancing and singing "Happy Birthday."
I don't know if you noticed, but Wabusuke or whatever wasn't in that group.
Yeah, it said that later he had turned himself in. So I wonder if he turned himself in like that same day or like the next day. Cause
I wouldn't be turning myself in.
I'd be going back
I
to
didn't
America.
do shit. Yeah, I sold that shit. It wasn't my fault that they did all that.
I got the contract. The fucking U.S. Army did that. Don't be coming after me. Oh, but you created. Yeah, you can suck my dick. How about I create in your ass? Like.
Oh, me. But yeah, so they're all dancing and having a good time, and then I don't know what happens. Oh, okay. They're like, so Kenji, why don't you try getting with Natsuki? Right, and it's that same lady that was shitting on his family earlier for being like a salary man or whatever. I would have been like, bitch, now you want me to take your fucking, what is it, niece or cousin? Like, I was gonna take her anyway, but not because of you. Yeah. Not because of your permission.
Now I'm gonna take one of your sisters.
I'm gonna take you while I'm at it. But yeah, so then they ended up not kissing. But she ended up kissing his cheek. He ended up fainting.
His fucking nose and all bleed.
That. And they hit.
I like how
the next day.
I like how Shoto was like, "You better not kiss her. You better not marry her." And he's like, "I love you, Natsuki." I was like, "Bruh, bro's out here simping. Can't be simping."
You know what, bro? Like, if this were a fucking hentai, though, he'd be fucking her.
He'd be fucking all of them.
On me.
But no, smashing everybody.
Then it cuts off to it cuts to the grandma's photo and it changed.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It went from smiling to her laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what the
fuck? With her nasty ass teeth. Like, bitch, get some dentures. Damn, bitch. Yeah. Brush your teeth. Jesus. The fuck? I know that we have different standards when it comes to teeth than y'all, but Jesus Christ, bro. Ain't
Do
it weird? Ain't
something.
it weird the differences between our countries, like with the teeth and shit? Like
Yeah,
over there,
because
it's okay for
if I were missing teeth in fucking America, I'm gonna go get that shit.
dicks, bruh.
But if I'm in
Over in
Japan,
Japan, I guess they don't
I
care.
guess they just be letting it slide.
Like, nah, oh shark tooth looking ass. Hell
Well,
no.
it's the whole gotta be polite type of
Gotta
shit.
be polite. These nuts, bitch. How ain't you cutting your mouth with all them nasty ass shark teeth? Get some braces, bitch. Shave them shits down on me. Just nasty.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it ain't nasty, but it don't look
have
nice.
some standards.
Honestly, these bitches want to put makeup on and they smile and all their shit's crooked.
They got that London look.
Yeah. Nah, it's even worse than the London look, bro. They got like them shark teeth, bro. Some of
Hey,
their teeth
hey,
are real
I
fucked
didn't
up.
even think that was possible.
Oh, me, fuck London.
That's how we're gonna end the episode right there. Fuck London.
Yeah, fuck
if
London.
you guys enjoyed this episode, uh, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want us to watch next, and fuck London.
Fuck London.